Part of my ongoing plan to change all of my tools to American whenever I can, I'm running into a lot of conflicts with artwork. Um, One note is I work in oil pastel. I have several brands. Mungyo is a fairly new brand that is supposed to be fairly soft and inexpensive. Those are made in India. Um, Sakura Crayons, all the way up through the Expressionist line, are made in Japan. Um, Carandache is Swiss, and of course, the best, in my opinion, Holbein is from Japan. The best, in my opinion, are Sennelier, which are France. The only oil pastels made in the United States are good old Crayola. And I have ordered a set. If you can believe it, they only make 28 colors in their basic oil pastel set. They also have a water-soluble oil pastel set, but I don't really like that because oil pastels are oil, wax, and pigment. So their 28 color normal set is $4.96. So I have a set of 50 Senneliers currently for sale, part of this Going American thing, and 50 of them are 142 retail, and to replace the individual sticks, they're $3 a piece, so you can get 28 colors almost for the price of one color. That's also going to show you the difference in quality. But I've ordered a set of Crayolas. I'm going to see what they're like, and probably going to use them instead of Senneliers, which it's going to change the whole look of my oil pastel work. But I'll be buying American, so we'll see how that goes. These are statues of my cats, and this is Roma plastilina clay, which I feel is the best plastilina type clay. It's made in Italy. I've used it for years. These are my cats. The Roma plastilina comes in white. This is like a gray-green color. And this statue had fallen. I had to fix his ear and fix his face. This is Wilbur, my cat. And it never hardens, but the reason it turns brown is because the oil base of it leaches out just a little bit and it discolors. Now, I fixed the gray areas about 5 years ago, and they still haven't caught up to this. I did in probably 11 years ago, somewhere around there, the statue, and then had to fix it like 5 years ago. So eventually, this will all be the same color brown. There is an American-made plastilina clay that I don't have here right now, but this is more about the knitting looms and a use for the knitting looms, because these are the socks that I had made, and they're 10-inch high ped length boot socks, 2 strands of yarn. All I did was cast on the green 24-inch 24 peg loom and knit for 10 inches and then gather the toes. So these are my socks, really. And this is another use for them because in addition to, I have to make flag covers, and I've been making covers for things. And this was another reason I bought the Boye round looms. I need to make covers not only for the paintings but for the statues. So this is a dilemma of there isn't an American alternative for these. The alternative would be for me to make my own circular needles and knit it myself, or use fabric, American-made fabric or old clothing fabric or whatever, and make them that way. But I just wanted to point out the 3 things that there is. Any artist is going to know that Roma plastilina is about the best. There is an American clay, and if I had my toolbox here, I could tell you the name. that seems to be the same, and it's green. You can make your own needles to knit a sock type cover. And the reason for doing this is because this never hardens and because it is oil based, they're dust collectors. They're really dust collectors. But because in this case the cats, their ears are delicate in a sense, which is why his ear broke off, you have to remember what you have under there because it's going to stick. I could have made this a little bit bigger, but it's going to stick to the clay and it's going to keep it clean. You could also knit this flat and put muslin on one side of it and then either use Velcro and wrap it around a statue. But this was, when I bought the round looms, I was thinking I only need the Boye round looms to make everything I need to make. And this is one of the things. So obviously there are different ways to make a statue cover, but I was trying to get to one set of looms for everything. And now they're made in China. And unless I make my own, or replace them all with other people making their own American looms. So this was one of the plans for the Boye round looms, and now I'm debating whether to keep them and use them like this, because this is convenient. It took me, maybe an hour to make this, which is much faster than quilting one or sewing Velcro or patching it or any of those other things. So Crayola, oil pastels, and crayons. Crayola products are all made in America in Pennsylvania. An American plastilina clay, and that's how I found it. I wish I could remember the name. I just did searches for plastilina and then checked each one until I found one made in America. And then these are Red Heart yarns, which are made in America of imported materials. So my next, I'm in the middle of finishing a dog statue of my dog, and then I have to do our other cat. But Moochie will actually be in green American clay. You can work American. It's going to change the way your artwork looks.